Fish?
Yeah, Christie's icon is a little fish.
Fish!
Little blub blub.
Fish! It's the stream's on, by the way. Hi!
Oh, hi.
You're wondering why I'm shouting fish? The answer is I consider that entertainment. Hello!
I thought you were just really confused about
Fish!
Christie being a fish.
Christie's not a fish, Christie's friend.
Yes, but also fish icon.
Oof. Hey, look, Christie's here.
Something, something, friend, not food.
But hello and welcome. How are we doing? We're doing good? Probably gonna lurk today, that's fair. Today's a chill day. Yeah, Christy is here in doodle form, but not in chit-chat form. So we'll be seeing fun doodles. Oh, we already have a Clover cat. Clover,
Yes.
Clover can beast form now.
No. They shouldn't be allowed.
Game mechanics wise, probably not. Bit wise, yes.
Bitwise, they act like an animal. And can talk to animals.
Bitwise, you can alter binary digits. That's a programming joke. Anyway.
Get out.
Okay. Thanks for coming to the stream, everybody. Bye! Okay, now we're back.
You silly little parsnip.
Me! How dare you? I'm the most serious parsnip to ever... a verb that parsnips do.
Whoever snip.
Exactly. So ye.
Mm-hmm.
Doodle times.
Doodle times.
Doodle times. I'm gonna recreate my doodle of Bobby.
Ooh, a Renaissance fair?
Ooh, hello. I get props for a Renaissance fair. Exciting.
Really cool.
This was my doodle of Bobby. I think it's accurate.
I
mean,
mean,
that also might just be...
no, it's not accurate. The hat isn't floppy.
Yeah, there is that, but also I was just like, this just looks like Flo wearing a witch's hat.
Yeah.
Like Mo decided to give Flo their own hat.
Look, I can only draw one frog.
We can only draw one frog. I've never drawn another frog besides Sir Ribbert.
Exactly.
Because, to be fair, Sir Ribbert is the perfect frog. I don't know.
What else? I
The
got like
plutonic ideal of frog.
There are at least 3 different instances of things that happened last night that I thought that could be a comic.
Like what?
Like the OP popping his head through a door and saying, "How's everything going?" And Clover going, "I got a plant." And OP is like, "Marvelous." And Max says, "There's a dead body. It's less marvelous."
Just that whole sequence made me laugh.
I gotta say, Chris, a lot of his lines just amuse the heck out of me, and just the like, I don't even know what word I want to use here. Just highly inappropriate response. Oh, there's a body. Not marvelous.
Not marvelous.
Smart.
Just waves at Luska. Medic! But again, my general rule of thumb is what would happen if, like, hotel staff found a body. Like, they have a procedure for these things.
It's
all Opie's thinking. It was like after the conversation with sort of, Luska, who sort of worked out that they're not dead, but they're also kind of not alive. And Clover was like, well, which is the bad one? I like the idea of sort of Opie's thinking, well, there's a procedure for the dead ones, but this is... It's tricky to make other people not notice. Can't upset the other guests. Opie's got priorities, you know. Is that a surrogate?
I'm trying. It's been too long. I don't know how to draw them anymore.
And see, Luska's running on the thought process of, okay, not being dead is good for them, but it's bad for us because we don't know what the hell is going on, and now we know it's something weird.
I also like
something can be not bad in one way, and it be worse in another.
I did also like the sending of Opie on the scouting trip, despite the fact that Opie wasn't really there when things were explained. So Opie just turned up and said, "Good evening," and then got shouted at and went, "Okay, goodbye."
I loved Opie going on a trip because it was really just like, cool, he's giving zero information. No information was gained or given, and it's perfect.
I've been told to see if the trip was safe. It was safe.
Goodbye now.
Have a good time.
Assuming I return, all's well. Opie's good. I like it.
Opie's great.
I think I mentioned at some point that I'm already mulling over the idea of doing a video about Opie and all of the rest of the staff at the hotel.
Oh yeah.
So.
Do it. Good enough.
He's in an adventuring party, and he's still using his customer service voice.
He only has one voice, and it's a customer service voice. It was built for the purposes of customer service. And, you know, stealing things from those customers. That's an aside. I did also like
a service. It's just a service that they weren't aware of.
Yes. It's part of the house rules. But I did also like that there was that whole thing with Bobby, like trying to calm Bobby down. Max and Bobby both hyperventilating, which is also a fun scene. And I thought, oh, Opie has the thing where he can, like, you know, sort of magically grab someone's focus and make them just focus on him. And I can imagine Opie going, ooh, I know what to do. And then just Luska just sort of slams the foot down and says, "Stop, breathe." Like, oh yeah, that works too.
Oh yeah. When Bobby started hyperventilating, my first thought was, oh, Clover is gonna like try to slap him and face through him again.
That was also
But it
fun.
felt too mean.
No, more slapstick.
Clover is all slapstick. Or at least all chaos. You don't know why people still allow me to speak.
Clover got more time to speak on this one, and I like that.
Also, now with the actual interaction we've been able to play out of with Sir Jules, I imagine that's how most of that conversation went. Is just Clover and Opie and Max and potentially some of the others like Inky just sort of talking around in nonsense circles.
It's yes. I think that once you start Clover on something like that of like, I know you, then Clover is just gonna go in circles around that. It's just he's gonna keep going until he stops.
The
Which in the case of the town was pretty soon. Pretty quickly. Just like, nope, that's too much talking. Because, yeah, Clover doesn't mind, like, being cut off or anything. It's just that they won't stop.
They are committed to the bit, but they do not know what that bit is.
Yeah.
They're just committed to whatever has gained their attention at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we quote a random message in Elden Ring?
Because it was important.
Clearly.
If it's working, I have also added a new command this morning because new shiny, which is separate from the channel point fact redeem, but exclamation mark fact is now just a thing. You can get a fact from my bot.
Most, you say?
Yes.
I see.
So I put quite a few facts in there.
Facts, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also.
What? They're facts. I may have spent too long giggling at some of them. This is just very stupid. But facts!
Yeah. I'm just in a couple weeks back in calculus I was doing a proof and got to tell some of the physics majors about this thing called a trivial case, where it's like, we're not going to bother with the trivial case because it's trivial. I feel like these are trivial things.
No.
But it's like, we don't need to bother with these.
Not all songs have lyrics, it's not trivial.
See what some of these other ones are.
Don't think you can tackle props on a Sunday noon with 52% motivation. That's fair. All I got done today was this fact command. So yeah, April comic coming presumably tomorrow, not the weekend.
Good. Wonderful.
I mean, all things considered, a lot of your other comics have come at the end of the month or early the next month, so... Technically, you've still got like a week.
I got a while, we're not even halfway through yet. Oh, we got that one again. I wrote more than 3, I promise.
Did you?
At least 4. That should be a fact. I wrote at least 4 facts for this.
The more facts you add, the funnier it will be. Hmm?
Yeah? Oh, Ragdoll's gone.
Yeah. Ragdoll's gone.
My facts were too much.
Too
Can't-
much fact for Ragdoll.
Can't handle the truth. Hi, miss! Easy meat.
Hello, miss.
Hello. Welcome to the Fact Emporium. How may I help you? Cooking dinner? What you got? That's a different fact. Fine, we got one of the boring, interesting facts.
Not one of the boring, interesting. What? You know, as they say.
Horror films are the only movie genre in which more women appear than men.
That's sad.
It is, rather. Speaking of Babel.
Speaking of Babel.
Maybe if Babel was a horror. We have Mbiza. Benemis, I have added a fact command. Exclamation mark fact. You can get a hand-picked crispy fact. Not a crispy fact, there for the intro call. But a different fact. Chapter 20, actual banger. Really? You coming round? Did something happen? Did one of the characters say something?
The women get treated as characters.
Yeah, did that happen?
Or is that too much to ask?
That'd be
Might be 344 pages in the book.
Edited well, pasted, and the message on race was handled well. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They spoke! Wow, multiple lines of dialogue even. It's a miracle. Christmas came early.
This is a Crimblemas miracle.
A Crimblemas miracle.
And a merry babble, one and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if something takes 20 chapters to get good, I'm probably not gonna read it.
Explorer did touch her fingers to her lips in shock, and Letty broke down and sobbed. Okay. Great. Wonderful. I'm glad, that these, women are being ladylike, question mark?
I'm waiting for the hysteria. And somebody to slap them and say, calm down!
No, all the characters already had a manic episode, remember? Where they all suddenly laughed for no reason.
Well, there's facts
I
to
don't
facts.
remember what the joke was. I think the joke was that someone had asked the teacher when they'd give a grade.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like, oh, I asked the teacher what our grades was, and we all passed. And it's like, you asked the teacher? It's like, yes. Ha 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 ha!
You know, banter.
As written by somebody too deep into
I work
academia.
at a school,
Ha ha
and that's
ha.
not really a thing that happens.
It's also not funny. So
That
I
too.
don't know why they laughed. Ah, Chris, these facts.
Yeah, that was the first one I wrote.
It's so silly.
Chris is very proud of himself for these, I'm sure.
Look, I'm doing fine. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Are you drawing Bertram?
Yes.
And I'm going to assume that's just Bobby in the background staring at him.
from like a different realm. It's just
And you know what the fun thing is? I don't even know if the magical phone device is a thing Dark just threw in because things weren't connecting well, or if Bertram legitimately could have done that much earlier and just didn't because he's a wizard TM.
This is the great thing about wizards. It could be either. You'll never know.
Never know.
Like, is Dark trying to just move things along to make things work smoother? Is the wizard an idiot? Who knows? Well, the wizard's definitely an idiot, but maybe not for this.
I mean, I still think he's an idiot for this. But you know, wizards are very good at wasting time.
WBWT.
Yeah.
Wizards be wasting time.
Nonsense where you're just kind of sitting here going, you've spent 5 pages saying absolutely nothing.
5? You wait till 300.
Christie's drawing.
Ooh.
God, I never know how to pronounce that guy's name.
Yes.
Yaskia?
Seems reasonable.
I mean, the thing is, Chris, if they've spent 5 pages saying nothing, I'm not going to continue reading it.
Which, because you've discovered AO3 and the show can be good in your... Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
Like,
AO3 is for.
Oh, it's Astrid.
It's Astrid.
It's Astrid, everybody.
New important party member Astrid.
No.
We're just gonna have a lot of just like so the goat has their own piece on the board. And I'm just imagining we're just gonna like this just gonna be this small collection of random things that Clover has collected that also get their own piece because why not?
Oh. That'd be fun. I just like Clover being a little guy who just picks up things.
Yeah.
Also, yes, Christy, I hope you enjoy what you find on the AO3s, but do be aware AO3 was initially designed as a space for anyone to put their work by people who kept getting frustrated about various, mostly corporate-owned entity areas randomly deciding to change the rules of what could be posted and then that being used to get rid of people's work that may or may not have broken that rule. Mind the tags.
Oh yeah, that's just a good advice in general.
Yeah.
Basically, the philosophy was in order to protect the things that we enjoy, we also need to protect these things that we don't, because there's no good way of separating them out from each other in a way that people won't abuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You found that out. Oh, good.
No.
It happened.
I will say, though, and this is something that some people don't, for whatever reason, don't seem to understand when they say, oh, AO3 doesn't moderate anything. Well, no, not quite. They just don't moderate in the sense that they won't delete things you find icky. But if there's something that is not properly tagged with the like major warning tags, and it needs to have one of those major warning tags, that is reportable.
Mm-hmm. I will also just genuinely say that I found out on AO3. If a fic is tagged with dead dove do not eat, do not look, something like that, then it's usually fucked up in some way.
Yes.
Even if they don't tag specifically what... Because apparently it's like an in-joke that turned into a tag, and now people just
Yes.
use it as a tag that something is fucked up without actually explaining what it is. So it's just something to be wary of.
Yeah, I actually know the history of that one. I will agree with you though that yes,
doves do not eat.
yes, dead dove do not eat. So there's two things sort of leading to this. First off, there is a sitcom, American sitcom. Which one it is escaping me at the moment. It's not one that I ever watched in full, but I've seen clips of it, and I think it's Arrested Development. That might be right. I'll have to double check. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, there is a scene in that show where someone walks into the kitchen, opens up the fridge, and there is a brown paper bag in the fridge that is labeled "Dead Dove Do Not Eat." And the guy looks at it, takes the bag out, opens the bag, looks in it, looks up, and then says, "I don't know what I expected." Because the thing in the bag was indeed a dead dove. Don't eat it. Yeah. On the fandom side of things, in the Marvel fandom, there was a tag, a general tag that people used called, I believe it was Hydra Trash Party. And basically what the tag usually indicated is that the fic was going to be full of just a lot of hurt, no comfort, wump stuff, usually using Hydra as sort of the, like, big bad enemy that's doing the terrible things to the good guy characters. And someone was like, okay, so we, in our Marvel and Captain America fandom, have this tag that means we're just rolling around in this mucky, messed up stuff and not going to try and explain away any of this or make it any better. But it'd be kind of nice if we had a more general one for fandom as a whole. And suggested the Dead Dove Do Not Eat because of the the Arrested Development thing. So that's the Dead Dove Do Not Eat. Although I will agree with you, Chibi. Typically, if I see something tagged "Dead Dove Do Not Eat," I would also like it to be tagged of like what is killing this bird. like what are the themes here that we're rolling in?
Yeah, because it's very confusing to just, if you don't know the lore behind it and you just see "Dead Dove Do Not Eat," it's really confusing what that means. And like, eventually I figured out that it was fucked up stuff. But, I shouldn't have to figure that out.
Yeah, it's like an in-joke built from a reference. Like, you're 2 steps removed from actual, like, information.
Yeah.
Voltaire.
Well, and this is a problem that comes up a lot when you've got, well, maybe not problem, just sort of, or maybe something that's just sort of inherent to whenever you've got a fandom that's mostly speaking one language, and then people who speak primarily another language come in and then are massively confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I don't know what this means.
Oh, yeah.
Now, sometimes it's just, okay, this is just a silly in-joke that doesn't translate well, and it's sort of whatever. But when it's something like this, and like I said, if they're only tagging it "Dead Dove Do Not Eat," and they're not even putting like one of the major warning tags on it to give you an idea of what's killing off this dove, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Christy, oh. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, and now that you've written that, Christy, I've just realized I used another word that not everyone always knows.
I was gonna say, you were saying a lot of things, and I was like, yeah, wump, what?
So, wump is another fandom term. It is older than fandom being present on Tumblr, so I guess I just wasn't thinking about it because it's. I've been aware of the word wump since I was like 15, and I know for a fact that there were fandoms in the 80s also using that as a phrase, so it's been around a while. Oh god, how do you describe wump?
Is it like hurt comfort?
Yeah, it's a hurt comforty type thing, but usually a bit more emphasis on the hurt.
Yeah.
It's like we've got this pathetic character, and they're going through very bad things. As like social analysis wise, as far as I can tell, it's mostly a catharsis thing where it's like we're going to enjoy putting these characters that we love through horrible shit. Smile.
Yeah. Also, Krusty, do not worry about having to Google things. I've been in fandom since I was, like 15, 16. I still don't fucking know what's going on.
Never be worried about searching for more knowledge.
Yeah.
You don't know things by default.
Never be worried about searching for knowing things is always good, but Googling things is always going to be potentially a problem for various reasons. One, these days Google is becoming less and less useful for finding things that are actually helpful unless you Google like the word and then Reddit.
Oh yeah, Google as a general verb, not as a implication of where you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Google in the same way that I Hoover.
Yes. The other problem then being, depending on what you are Googling, it can be a problem to figure out, okay, I don't know what this word is being used for multiple things, and I can't figure out which it is.
Google in the way you Hoover?
Over here we call vacuum cleaners Hoovers. Because that's a brand
that was... that part. Oh,
well,
it's a brand. Right, it's a brand.
Yeah, it's like Kleenex. Kleenex versus tissue, or Band-Aid versus adhesive strip.
Yeah, we don't really have the Kleenex, but we don't have Band-Aid. We just call them plasters. Which is weird, because they're not made of plaster anymore. Language. I miss.
I mean, you still call flashlights
to us, because we call them pleisters.
Oh, there we go.
So.
I mean, you still call flashlights torches, despite the fact that it's
and the flashlight implies like a strobe. I'm not flashing them, you're keeping them on. I miss.
We call them pocket lights, so I feel vindicated.
You call them squeezy cats, which is great.
No, that's a specific type.
Squeezy cats.
That's only the type that you squeeze.
Squeezy cat.
Okay, yeah, Christy, yes. Well, I don't know. Plaster of Paris was what was used, but so you ever see a cast where it's got all of that stuff sort of out on the outside to like keep things stiff? Way back in the day, before we, managed to make like stickers, one of the methods for we need to get this thing onto a person and keep it there so it doesn't move, so it keeps things covered, was plaster. So yeah, you go back far enough, some bandages were kept in place using plaster.
Alright, but
these days I only ever see it with like when we're dealing with broken bones, so like
also hi
casts and whatnot.
There's a meese.
There's a meese.
Family of eternal bad luck, so I've seen casts, yes.
I put like magic wibblies around this fork, and I'm pleased at how crap they look.
It's just good. Really, it adds to it.
Just really naff magic.
Well, it is something that he had to look up.
This is in a good mood.
I'm glad you're having such a good time with Babel.
People like it. I'm really happy for them. I'm not one of. I wish I was one of those people.
It's always the thing. Isn't it?
You can always stop.
No, I can't. See, the
No.
thing
There's
is,
nothing keeping you here.
It gets
The
good
thing
after
is-
400 pages, though. That's the thing.
it's a very good friend's one of her 5-star reads, and I now need to read it so that I can talk to her about it and tell her why she's wrong. She's not. She's right to like what you like,
Yeah.
but also I need to be able to hold my own when I say,
Yeah.
what the hell?
What's wrong?
Oh,
Are you
Why?
okay?
that's why I'm locked in now.
Yeah.
I'm not kink shaming, I'm kink asking why.
Yeah, exactly.
Purely kink inquisitive. Kintellectual.
No.
Yeah, to put wizard on his hat. Yes, the Dark specified that he has wizard on his hat, and it made me laugh, so I doodled it, and now I'm redoodling it.
It was
Yeah,
good.
he's wearing lovely blue. I think Dark said like velvety type robes embroidered in gold, and it's like so he's a fancy asshole TM.
Mm.
And now I'm sitting here wondering what part of the conversation prompted anyone to call me brilliant. What did I do?
I mean, just in general, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm not brilliant enough to know what I've been told. Oh, the kink asking why. I can't I can't claim that.
Can't take advantage
I
of
have
it.
seen that in me.
It's not the internet. Nobody keeps receipts. It's fine.
Yeah.
You claim it. I did this.
I was talking about plagiarism to somebody, and I remembered a poem, which I quite liked, but I can't remember the whole poem. But there was an idea in it basically that stuck in my brain, which is it's easy to flick the switch when the lights are already on, and that was their sort of analogy for people stealing your work and stuff like that. It's easy to do it when someone's already done it, But the thing is, could not remember the name of the poet. So I was like, I can't mention this in a conversation about plagiarism without crediting the person who made this. And now I need to look up the poet. I did afterwards, so I should be able to find it quickly. But
Oh, that's always fun.
I don't know what to draw. Draw an Astrid and now I'm out of ideas.
it was good, Astrid.
I know, Astrid is amazing, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make.
Lem Sisse.
Could draw the freaking out frogs. Or a frog running into a wall.
Dippy Dappy. His name is Lemon Sisse, but I'm trying to find the actual poem. It's just
Yeah.
You find that thing, Chris. I believe in you.
gonna find the thing.
Ooh.
I mean, if you find what you're good at, what you enjoy, then, you know, you made money. I assume.
Yeah.
I like
I mean,
these eyes,
I've seen
Chibi.
plenty of things where the budget was clearly just done on a shoestring, but it was still entertaining and good. I would say there's a lot of things where it's like throw money at the problem isn't the solution.
I like people making things for fun. That's what I do.
No.
But also, yeah, if you're making a bunch of movies and every single one of them has ninja in the title, he didn't technically make movies. Oh boy. He finished them.
That's fair.
Well, you know. What draw?
I got it. I got the poem. It's a short one. If someone is
Amazing, go.
if someone is copying you, remember thereupon anyone can find the switch when the lights are on. There you go. That's it.
I like that.
He does a thing where he writes a poem when he wakes up every morning, like a 4-line poem, and they're mostly crap, but he likes them. That's the name of the poet. I thought I like.
I mean,
I'm not a poem
there's-
guy. I've tried to get into poetry. It's hard, but I like that one.
Have you all seen The Swan Princess? The animated film?
I have a long time ago, and I've
Yeah.
watched a very long analysis video on it.
Yeah,
So-
on all the Swan Princesses, yes. And how they get weirdly religious the more
Yeah,
they're made. Yeah. It just hit me that, you know, Prince Derek's mum, how she does that, like, she just cries to get what she wants.
Mhm.
That reminds me of Letty from Babel.
Oh.
It just hit me.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yes.
I
If
found
you
a
haven't watched The Swan Princess, I do recommend it.
and I found another one of his poems, which I liked. And one of his I just woke up poems. Batman to the Batcave. Robin, what now? Batman, thwack. Robin, ow. There you go. Poetry in motion.
Okay.
Okay, great. I guess.
I like stuff like
I
that because it's like
mean-
poems could be anything. Have fun.
the thing with, like, yes, these are very silly and dumb, but the thing is, in order to get better at something, you have to do it a lot.
That's the reason he did it. Was just like it's practice. It's good exercise. And also we found it funny.
Who practices things these days?
I know, right?
If you can't do it, you just get AI to do it. And then you're good at it. What draw?
Other
no,
things
like-
to do to Babel.
Yeah. What other uses does Babel have other than getting ripped apart?
Big old
No,
doorstop.
that's mean.
Something to rest your shoes on when you're cleaning them.
Now dead. But no, apparently that's okay. That's
What? Ooh, what? Hmm?
he would what he would do was buy unfinished films, and then he'd cut in 20 to 30 minutes of people dressed as ninjas fighting and cut them into the movie. This
Oh, for
included
God's-
action movies, monster movies, buddy cop movies, romantic comedies.
Oh, I love
What?
it. I love this.
Who is this man?
Now, the fun thing is, I can't even say he's the only person who's done this sort of thing, because there was just this thing that happened in dubbing where I don't remember if it happened in the 80s or the anime that it happened to was just stuff that had been released in the 80s. But bunch of anime where it's like, well, we don't really know what to do with this, so we're just going to sort of chop it together, mush it together and call it one cohesive film in English, and it's like, okay. And if you know the underlying stuff that they're working with, it's just like wild nonsense. And yes, Dark, Bertram has been doodled.
With his silly hat and stone fork. I just love the constant babbling about spells and things, and just suddenly stone fork. that just got me. Max going, I can't use that now. I think it was Max, can't remember.
It was somebody.
Apologies if I am misappropriated in general. We doing the hyperventilating duel?
That wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
But you
basically.
have my thanks.
Didn't you do that earlier this week? I transferred
Yeah.
this fork into gold, but then back was illegal.
I'm so glad I was awake for this entire thing.
Stuff
I
happens.
I mean,
none of
the
the
fun
fun
thing is,
things.
I was surprised when you sort of said goodbye at the end of the stream. I was like, "You're still awake? What?"
I was mostly awake. You guys are Sleepy Time Podcast, Nightmare Fuel. How dare you?
Did the other thing I thought? Did I accidentally wake you up when I accidentally pressed the volume button on my music and it blasted out Adrian von Ziegler?
No. I don't remember that, so I'm gonna
Good.
say no.
Because it made me jump.
Ragdoll woke me up at one point.
Oh,
I did wake up to Ragdoll having a stress about something, but I don't remember what it was. Something to do with people not working together on ships, is what I remembered.
yeah. We're going to have to deal with some stuff next time where it's very clear that some people are not going to be wanting to play nice together, and it's like, cool.
You sounded
Luska will
stressed. I
play
think
nice
that's
for a little bit, but if you pull too much nonsense, there's only so much she will handle with this.
what...
And, all things considered, if Mr. Fancy Pants decides to be a problem, we know where Mr. Fancy Pants' body is.
What is happening?
so everybody who's asleep in the real world is their soul is in limbo, and we need to get them back. But they are under attack from monsters in limbo. And it appears that
And
they've
decided to send a party of level 2 characters to Limbo.
It's fine. You'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Sure.
You've got Clover. It's fine.
I don't know if that's the...
Hi, Kiro.
Oh, I remember Clover found a plant.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Astrid.
Astrid over here.
Oh,
That was an Astrid.
that's what that is.
I do think it was very funny when it's like, have you noticed anyone's around? Like, well, no, really. And then Max walks in and it's like, oh, there's a person there. And then both Max and Clover are like, where? Where's the person?
I mean, Clover noticed the person. Just didn't bother. It's different.
I love that magma, Aggie, whatever. Just take your pen off the canvas for not even half a second, like nothing, no time. And you get punished for it.
Mm-hmm.
I found a plant and his dead body.
Yeah, I want to turn that into a
That
comic.
was my favorite, yeah.
I was going to sketch that, but I thought do enough comic sketching on stream.
One finding a plant, one finding a dead body, sibling energy.
I also got this.
Du-du-du-du.
Was it Max that said that, Kira? I can't remember. I'm attributing it to Max.
What?
The fork.
Mm.
Oh, the fork.
That was going to happen to the book when Miss is done with it. Maybe.
I mean, it would be fair.
What's the quote? What does he say? There we go.
Oh yeah, it was Bertram who turned his fork into a stone to show off the fact that he can turn a fork into stone, and then went, "Oh,
Yeah.
No, I meant the I can't use that now. When it was turned to
Yes.
stone. Someone said that and it made
Yes.
me laugh.
And I believe that was Bertram going, "Oh, I can't use that anymore."
Oh, I thought it was someone
After
in the
he
party
turned
that
it to
said
stone.
it. Well, it's Max. It's Max now in my head.
Chibi, what are you drawing? What is this?
The frog's having a hyperventilation.
They're trying.
They're trying.
Trying to do what?
Breathe. It's not working out for them, okay?
So depending on how sleepy you were at the time, Miss, we found Bertram's apprentice. His name is name is Bobby. Bobby is also Little Frog. Bobby is freaking the fuck out because it has not been a nice trip. And when Bobby started trying to explain what the heck was going on, Bobby started hyperventilating, and Max, the delightful little creature that they are, decided to try and help, and rolled badly, so they both started hyperventilating.
What a mood.
Yeah, and so since they are both frog, they both started hyperventilating, which resulted in just a lot of croaking nonsense.
I was going to say something that didn't make sense the more I thought about it. It's like, that joke just doesn't make sense. A rogue.
Frog.
They are both trying their best, but they are both
They
very
are.
small, and the world is very big.
And they're a frog.
They are frog, and Bobby's just been having a very bad 4 days.
Do not know this man, but I will draw this man.
Little wizard frog.
Little wizard frog. He has a floppy hat.
Well, he's a frog. Of course he has a floppy hat.
Exact.
It would be criminal for him to not have a floppy hat. A rogue.
Rogue.
Don't like that tongue.
How dare you? It's a good blep.
Blep like this instead. Little blep.
Blep.
Aw. Oh, bless. Lips.
Good frog.
Aggie magma, stop freezing on me, thank you. Brr, brr. What else can I draw? Let's just steal other people's work. Not Christie's though. Christie's is doing actual art in the corner.
Yeah.
Christy is doing
Actual
amazing.
Yeah, Christie's just out there doing a study. How you do this with these programs, Christy, always breaks my brain.
Mhm. It always looks so cool. It's it also always like it like very much shows that you come from like a traditional painting, like that's something you do as well, which is really interesting to come across in like, you know, digital art. For the digital art to look like traditional but also digital, like very cool mishmash.
Yee.
Is that an Opie toaster?
Yee.
Well, see, now I'm wondering if we can just take off Opie's head and use it as a toaster.
You don't have to take it off.
Can just use it as a toaster normally.
Oh no, that makes him look angry. Opie, how does your face work?
With difficulty.
Nope,
Magnets,
that's not
as
my
far
art.
as I'm aware.
Well, now he looks sad. Just have you look stressed, Opie. It's fine.
Just make him vibrate as well.
Yeah.
That's when the toaster is running.
Color him in. Well, I'm glad you all saved the day, I assume, in your game.
We'll find out next time.
Not yet.
What do you mean, not yet? You got a plant?
I mean, that's true. Clover does think they've already done the job.
Yeah.
You saved some animals. Give
Yeah,
them water.
save
and
some animals, water some plants,
Hyperventilated.
got a new friend.
What more do you need?
Apparently save the apprentice. Apparently that's the job we've been hired to do for
I mean, to be honest, Luska's sort of sitting here going, I think I'm just gonna chunk this thing into the ocean when we get back.
What thing? The
As
wizard?
they should.
be a good idea if the ocean wasn't also a place where people lived.
I remember nothing of the world building.
You remember nothing of the
Yeah,
point
that's
of
fair
the.
Gonna be honest, so
Well, there was a whole
Is that-
underwater abyss section.
And that right there is the success of Via.
no. I remember nothing of anything.
And it was just like, hey, let's do a project that's all about world building. I remember nothing of the world building.
I don't think I was there for much of Via, to be honest.
That's
so
fair.
can you just move
don't
over? Can you...
think so, no, because you,
I was at work, I believe,
Oh.
yeah.
earning money for this family.
Because I don't think you even had, like, an
Zoobs.
area.
No, I hadn't. I had
Yeah.
nothing to do. Yo, oops.
It's orbs.
Yeah.
Speaking of areas that were important to Via and the game that we played last time, it's orbs.
Decided to fling us.
Ah, ooh. Is Discord playing up for
Dark
anyone
has
else?
flinged us into limbo.
Oh, yes.
You know, Discord cuts in and out for me a little bit.
Boo. Pretty much orphaned to the area, but it's neat. I like it.
Well, it's still cool, and we're working in it, so it's no longer orphaned.
We like your ideas. So
We
there.
just don't like that we've been thrown in there at level 2.
Started it and was like, anyways. Well, now Dark
That's
adopted it.
That's basically Via in a nutshell. So don't worry.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, there's kind of the flaw in the design of like new thing every week. It's like, okay, cool, we'll just forget what we did last week then, shall we?
Yeah.
Didn't really think of that one through.
Like, I would say it wasn't so, but there's been no character from Via that has stuck.
Yeah, characters not. Well, I like Life and Death, but they existed before
Yeah.
Via, so.
Like, for me, you know, like, I very easily attach to characters. You know that by now.
Mhm.
So,
Mm,
for no character to have stuck, except for Moggs, I guess, but that wasn't really anything with
Moggs-
Via. That was more just
the-
a weird fugue state doodle I did.
Yeah. Moggs at the time was not
That-
really part of Via, so.
Yeah, so that doesn't really count.
I think part of it is because we didn't spend a whole lot of time developing the individual characters, mostly the
Yeah.
overall world.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Mhm.
partially because, like, that's how it is for a lot of these games, where it's like, yeah, the characters are here, but the characters are mostly here to, like, help you figure out game mechanics.
Yeah.
But I, for one, would like to see the return of Male Lizard and the plucky little forest adventurers. And Fame and Fortune.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
the,
Fame and
Yeah.
Fortune are the only ones that really still live in my brain as like something. Even though I don't draw them that often, they are part of my brain. Fame and Fortune was also very much inspiration for Clover of just weird, freaky little guy.
yes, as Kira mentions, also the amphibian goons who don't understand the concept of sending a message.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Love
they do.
those guys.
They just were thinking the wrong kind of message.
Yeah. Literal message.
Like, they know how the post works, kind of. They know at least who they need to go to get to the post.
Yeah. And maybe that has to do with the fact that, you know, the post lizard has... The male lizard has a hat with male lizard on it. Who knows? But, you know.
Oh yeah, they just kidnapped a guy, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Wanted to send a message. So obviously
God, I
kidnap
love
the
that.
male lizard.
I mean, that's how it works where I live. You just sort of go and hunt down a postman. with a
Oh,
big
stupid
net.
sexy evil wizard. I forgot about
Sexy wizard,
Sexy.
yes, of course. And also buff wizard, which came back at some point accidentally. I can't remember where.
I think you've made him come back.
Yeah, but again,
Oh no,
there-
it was that anime you were talking about of the wizard school,
Oh,
but somebody
yeah,
just
and
decided to
then
get some
you-
buff.
We're like, buff wizard.
Buff, well, yeah, you did this, Jim. This anime you're watching, you made this.
yeah, well, but even with that, buff wizard is present there for tutorial stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe sexy wizard ended up being plot relevant in Via, but I do
Yeah.
not remember how.
It was something like they had something in their room that we needed for the whole time travel thing, but they couldn't get back to their room because they massive library fines.
Oh, yeah. I remember that part at least. I think sexy wizard's worst crime was not paying his library fines. And
Well, I mean,
smoking
according to the person
indoors.
who
Yeah, and smoking
ran
indoors.
the
That was
archive. According to the person who ran the library, that is the worst thing you can do. And
Oh, yeah.
don't piss off the librarian.
I did also like that Ragdoll's doodles of the librarian were mostly behind books. Like there were just stacks of books with an arm coming out. I like that.
I figure no one knows what the librarian looks like exactly. And for all we know, the librarian has been replaced a couple of times and people still don't know. and will not ask.
You only know what the librarian looks like if you've failed to pay your fines, and in that case, you don't want to know what the librarian looks like, because it means you're gonna die.
Like the owl from Avatar. That's for Kiro.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, the shark, the girlfriend, and the Thembo diver.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like looking. Can you help me? I remember the little finger pointy, like, can you help? And the deep sea dragon, yeah, that was that. I think that was like a really early drawing by Oobs, and it was great. We're like, we need to use this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wizard with kleptomaniac crow. We came up with a lot of individual ideas, but none of them really became characters.
Yeah.
That was the thing. A lot of seeds of things. Ooh, that's an interesting idea, Rubes.
What's Oops saying?
Don't remember that dragon? I will show it to you, because it's good.
Oops said, I had an idea for a librarian character that was just a ton of spindly arms to reach books everywhere.
Heck yeah.
And it sounds really cool and also potentially horror-y. Just a mass of
I
arms.
don't know about librarian in general, but I think I might know like where your brain is sort of going, hey, that would be neat if we did this with, because one of the characters in Spirited Away, not a librarian, they work manning the water pipe system and whatnot, and they've got like herbs and stuff that go into some of the various baths, and he's got really long arms that go around and reach into the various things with the various herbs so we can put stuff in and pull levers so that water goes through.
Kumachi?
That sounds right, but it's been a hot minute since I last saw Spirited Away.
Arm librarian was meant as the little horror coded. Yeah, when you said it, my brain immediately went to a Dark Souls Bloodborne kind of thing. Just writhing mass of arms.
I like the idea of horrors just sort of being happy doing, like, hey, I got lots of arms, I could be a librarian. Yeah.
Yeah. What if, the horrors were happy, but there's just one person who is, constantly going, oh god, at them?
Rude.
Just really one judgmental person, exactly. Is that a little chibi monks?
Yeah.
He's never looked cuter.
Baby.
Him baby.
Maybe.
Fun.
Why do you have so many arms, you? To do my job?
Yes.
What job's your judgment doing, huh? Meanwhile...
Or go the other way around. Why do you have so many arms? It's like, I don't know. Why do you only have 2?
You'd be a terrible librarian.
Like, you just go around asking people why they have a certain number of arms? Who raised you?
What's wrong with you?
Yes, it's practical to have only 2 arms.
Have realized that Moggs doesn't have eyebrows.
Yeah. One of the problems in design, but also...
Well, the thing is,
Never
like,
knew that.
where would you put them? If you put them between the mouth and the eye, it would look weird. If you put them above the mouth, they'd look like a moustache.
Yeah.
Below the eye would be strange.
I mean, we could just say that the whole face is upside down, in that case.
So I think the bits are the right way up. They're just the wrong way round. That makes sense.
Yeah.
they're in different places with the same orientation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does make, expressions kind of annoying. I mean, as does everything about him. Makes his expressions kind of annoying. The mouth also doesn't help in making expressions read.
Look, it expresses with the tids. It's fine.
Yeah. Because it is...
My face is down here.
It is a thing with Moggs that when I close his mouth, he looks really weird.
Just constantly open mouth going, "Bleh."
Yeah. But you drew him so cute. He's adorable.
My gift for Toe during exam times.
Oh, I just noticed that Bobby's crying. Aww.
Oh no!
Who made that Rogue cry?
Well, indirectly, Bertram.
Fucking wizards, man.
Bertram deserves a stone fork up somewhere.
Gonna make Bertram read Babel.
Oh, I'd love it. It's all academic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Unfortunately.
Gonna make Bertram read the Omegaverse. All of it.
He might enjoy that less.
Hey, you don't know.
Paper.
But yes, Bobby is in this conundrum because Bertram couldn't be asked to go do his own shopping. So sent apprentice to go pick up item. But item he went to pick up is apparently some big mystical magical item that I guess is connected to the limbo world. And Bertram was just wanting it as a sleep aid. In which case Luska's like, I will help you go to sleep with my fist.
What if you go to sleep permanently? No.
I have an idea, and I don't know if I can get it to work.
I believe.
Drawing.
No.
Sometimes
Anyway,
you
I
go-
can stop looking at Moggs's ass now.
But as
First
you
step.
consider,
It's the first bit of reference I found was on your Ko-fi.
honestly, I think that's the only one you should look at. I think the rest is worse.
you should see the references that Cheap and Toe use.
Duh. No. Stop exposing me.
If you
You
stop
don't
exposing
even know
Moggs.
what you're referring to.
I don't.
anymore.
It's same with it's just like I make jokes about the Omegaverse. No idea, but it's funny.
That's why I will never show you. Also because I think it would make you profoundly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I've seen worse, I'm sure. Been around a while. I exist on the internet.
True, but still.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I'd be surprised if that butt
Hey.
stays still.
Anyway, I'm screenshotting this and sending it to Toe.
Want me to move them so you don't have the rest?
No, it's okay. I thought.
keep the beginning of rip in there, so it's just like "Rrr" in the background.
I was gonna write. I don't know what to write under him. So anyway, he's a cutie.
Cutie. I'm enjoying this little chibi blob phase you're doing. This is great.
Channeling my inner chibi. This chibi, not chibi chibi.
Chibi.
It's getting
Our
really
chibi,
confusing.
not general chibi.
Chibi.
Chirpy chirpy cheep cheep.
Well, I also don't know what to draw, so I've just zoomed out watching everyone else.
Rude. Don't look.
Mm.
How's this being rude?
Don't know. Who on earth could it be? I wonder.
Who could it be?
Buzz buzz. Did I leave a... No, I didn't. If you don't
Try.
talk, I'm just gonna make weird noises.
That's usually what I do. Yeah, what about it?
Chris has music playing, it's fine.
Yeah, there's music going on in the background.
Chrissy's just painting. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my gosh, Christy.
Chrissy is doing amazing. What draw? What draw?
What draw?
What draw?
Chibi and Chris will draw anything that you want.
Yes.
Anything.
Absolutely
you say it, they'll
anything.
draw it.
Anything. Hmm.
And if you don't like it, you get double your money back.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Double nothing is nothing.
Don't say that around mathematicians. Don't
It's-
do that,
It's,
Chibi.
it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like, no, well, actually. Because of some maths
If you have
wizardry.
no elements and you double the number of elements, you still have no elements.
Oh, I like that fact. That's good.
Chris.
Chris.
That's so silly.
Did you have a fun afternoon, Chris?
Fun morning.
I'm going to assume from context that the gentleman being referenced here is German.
Is it Austrian?
You're Austrian, yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, from this I did learn that Austrian is not a language. So yeah, I did research for
Okay.
these. I did actual research.
Mm-hmm. Good
Wasn't
job.
wasn't Austria and Germany used to be part of like one country chunk at some point?
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
everything was Prussia for a while. And
Yeah,
other,
there like that whole Germanic area was just kind of like
I mean, for a while,
Also-
it was also just everything and nothing. It was all, like, the different little German, like, cities basically were their own country. And, like, unified by, like, trade agreements, basically, for a large chunk of, time. Sorry, you asked the nice story.
yeah, we're getting historian answers.
Do it.
No, you're fine. My knowledge of pre-1990 history of that area of Europe is fairly spotty, so.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Also, Chris and I go on weird math tangents all the time. You're allowed to go on a weird history tangent.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I know a bit about. I won't say I know the most about it, but I know a bit about it because the Netherlands is very close to Germany, and I also very much live near, well, not near the German border, but near for other countries, especially for like. I wouldn't say I live near the German border, but I'm Dutch. I still am like across the border in like an hour, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, you're a lot closer to there than I am.
Oh, you
If
just
I drive for 2 hours towards Germany, I am still in the state that I reside in.
remembered another fact I was going to add, and I forgot it.
Yeah. So, because like
Baby
a
Mel.
couple of the German countries also had trade agreements with well, countries, cities had trade agreements with Dutch cities as well, and they like especially made like trade agreements to like go to basically like the Baltic area and like the East Sea, so past Denmark into like Latvia and Estonia and Lithuania, that area, because that's where a lot of like I believe mostly like grain was being traded. Um yeah. There was just a lot of trade going on in general, but but yeah, a lot of things got unified during and after Napoleon, mostly.
Miss.
What?
That build
Yep.
Flecker post.
What's he gonna do?
Oh, baby.
Go back to listening to Chibi talk about history. I'm just
Oh,
being,
I zoomed
just
out
being
to see
dumb
what
in
the
the
heck Miss was
corner.
doing, and I see that Christy is quite literally painting. Wow.
Christy is
Yep.
just painting.
Yeah. It's looking so good. Anyway, back to history. Because I also reading what Justin is saying, Delicious Strawberry, and yeah, Napoleon unified a bunch of shit. That's also when the kingdom of Belgium and the Netherlands, the kingdom of the Netherlands, but it was those two areas combined, became a thing. And we went back to the monarchy, even though we had been without a monarchy, because everyone thought monarchies were stronger. Because, they just thought that.
Yeah, it was a time.
Because they wanted like a strong unified blocks all around France. So France wouldn't expand again. Which, I mean, I guess they didn't do it again, so guess that works. But then, Germany famously unified, and they tried it, so didn't go that great. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about history nowadays.
Sick. I like listening to you talk about history.
Yeah. In
I like
contrast to me
talking
talking about
history.
maths.
I do like talking about history. I just never know what to talk about.
But it never comes across that way. You always say interesting things.
Yeah.
So, nah.
No.
Fight, fight, fight.
Love history. Cool.
Get
Me
loved
too.
on, idiot.
Uh, yeah. One interesting thing I recently found out, because I'm like volunteering at a castle near me now, is that apparently the family that lived there for like the longest time were all Protestants, which is really interesting. It doesn't sound interesting, but it is interesting when you think about the fact that I live in part of the country that very much remains Catholic when because basically when we separated from, because we were part of Spain originally, which was very Catholic, and then when we broke away from Spain, when the Netherlands broke away from Spain, it became pretty Protestant with some mild, like, freedom of religion, but not really, like, tolerance of religion. But mostly people were expected to become Protestant if they weren't. But in the south, it's very much remained, like, Catholic, which people didn't like. Westerners didn't like. And here it would remain very much Catholic, but our last, family that lived at the castle, the last, like, barons and such were all Protestant, and they had good relations with, like, the village and such, with the town, which is very interesting to think about. Because things got a bit heated when it came to Protestants and Catholics here as well. As in many other parts of Europe, they also did, but we were no exception to that. Just thought that was interesting to learn about, because I didn't know that. I just assumed they'd all been Catholic.
Interesting. Okay, sneeze. It's always interesting when you find out things like that about where you live. You think you know, not everything, but you think you've got like a firm grasp on it, and then you're like, huh.
Yeah.
Well, the more you know.
Yeah, it is, like, working at the castles made me realize that, like, I knew this already, but it definitely made me realize even more that, like, oh fuck, I don't actually really know a lot about the place where I live. And it was just really interesting to learn about that.
I have nothing interesting to follow up with. I'm like, yep, I know nothing.
I have something unrelated to say, which is to do with
Okay.
Christie's painting.
Mhm.
Something I always struggle with when sketching faces and things like that. is that in the sketch you lose like a depth, like a kind of 3D effect, particularly when if you're going for like a sketch to line art or something like that, and things end up looking sort of wrong until shading comes in. And one of the hardest parts I find is trying to sort of keep in mind where it's going, and I end up changing things and it all goes horribly wrong and falls apart. Anyway, weird effect with Christie's painting is during the sketch phase, I thought it looked like the guy from Criminal Minds. This guy, I looked him up. I thought it looked like him. Since it's been shaded, it now looks like the person that is meant to be. And it's like, Christy, how did you do that? It's like weird optical illusion. How did you have that in your head that you knew exactly what the shading should be to turn it into the person you're painting? From another person.
Dutch had to fight in 80 years. Yeah, 80 years to get rid of the Spanish.
He's real clever.
I say that as someone from the South who, you know, didn't actually want to be a part of the original initial revolt. Who were just included. Again, we were Catholic. We were happy to remain Catholic.
Just kept your heads down.
Yeah, it's like also like we didn't, because during like the 80-year war is also when our golden age started. Golden age.
The Golden Age.
Yes, the Golden Age. And we, our like region didn't benefit from that a lot because it was mostly like the very much like when Amsterdam and Rotterdam, mostly Amsterdam, became like very, very big. Because of all the sea trade. And slavery, and other such things, spices, and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff that's definitely not at all relevant today, and people shouldn't be tearing down statues of the people that were involved, and...
I see you also have a statue problem where you're at.
Yeah, there's... Well, most of them are from a little bit later, but, also relevant, because, most of the statue problems, revolve around people from, just after, World War II. When we decided we wanted our colony of Indonesia back from the British, who had freed it from Japan, who had taken it from us. Or something along those lines. Maybe we're also taking them back from the Japan. I don't exactly remember, but at least a lot of war crimes were committed. So, it was. But those wars of independence have only been very recently qualified as wars of independence and not as basic. I don't know how to translate that exactly, but like police actions, kind of, you know, to make them seem less bad. Rebellions? No. Well, they were rebelling. We were holding police actions. Definitely not at war, TM. Therefore, we cannot be qualified as at war, and therefore no war crimes were committed, and we didn't commit genocide. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. The world is a messed up place.
Yeah. And one of the guys who like committed war crimes was like had like a statue, and people are kind of mad about it. And also like, do we get rid of it? Do we just put like a little information sign there? Do we just like what do
Just
we
a
do with
little
this?
bit of
And
I
war
thought you were.
crimes.
I don't know why my brain thought you were going to say, "Do we just put a sheet over it? Do we just?" I was like,
honestly, that might also be an option.
The
I don't
famous
know.
ghost statue.
just put a sheet over it. Pretend that's not there.
It would be a ghost now, so it makes sense. It's accurate.
Put a paper bag on his head.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Sheet seems fun.
Yeah.
Oh, also berries in this.
Yeah, it was actually one of the more like I don't know exactly what word to use it, but it was one of the newer things that I learned about when I was in high school in 2017. Was like, the whole thing about our actions in Indonesia. Because like nobody talked about it until then. It was basically like
Always a good
that
sign.
never happened. That didn't exist. The Indies, what's that? And I'm not like, I'm not like uh underestimating that or anything. I pretty much like was barely aware that Indonesia had been one of our colonies until that point.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, I didn't get taught anything in school about any British colonial history.
Yeah.
It's only after school that I, discovered any of that and sort of looked it up. So it's a trend.
It certainly is a trend, but it was very much like, because we're very much. It still doesn't get discussed a lot about what happened there, but it is pretty, like, openly talked about that Suriname was one of our colonies. Especially because it's the whole thing of we traded it with the British for New Amsterdam, now New York. Back then when you could casually trade pieces of land like that. So that one is very much like, oh yeah, that was one of our colonies. It still doesn't get talked about a lot, like what happened there or anything. But it is like, it's a colony and it was slavery, and mostly like sugar was like planted there. So
The fun thing is,
draw conclusions from that. With Indonesia, it was just like, no, we're just not gonna even acknowledge that that was a thing.
the fun thing is, unless things have changed, which they probably have, because racists keep deciding that teaching history is the same as critical race theory, and it's like, I see you've attached yourself to a new buzzword, and everyone is annoyed at you. When I was in school, at least, they did talk about European colonialism in like the 1700s and whatnot, but it was mainly only to sort of a buildup of like, and that's why we kicked out the British, and it's like, okay, but and then just ignoring all of the colonialism that the United States itself did. It's just kind of like anything that comes up is just kind of like, oh yeah, and then this got added to the United States. How?
It got added.
How did Hawaii get added? Like, how did this get added again? I mean, like, Texas, you can at least make the argument of some people living there went, yeah, let's join the United States. But how did we get Hawaii again? What happened to make it the 50th state?
They restarted and
Who
there was
made
an
that
update.
decision?
Automatic
mean-
updates were turned on.
One of the most baffling things for me personally was just suddenly learning that actually there's still parts of the Netherlands like in the Caribbean. It's just like cool,
Mhm.
that never gets talked about unless it's directly
yeah.
relevant. That's
Yeah, and like similarly, they don't really talk about in our schools is like, hey, so about the Philippines, which
Yeah.
we are still a colonial state to the United States.
like okay, wild, like cool. Apparently we still own a couple of islands in the Caribbean. And we're still like, officially the kingdom. They're officially part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and they can. I believe they can vote for at least one of our things. I don't know exactly what they can vote for. Again, relevant things that I probably should have learned but didn't.
Well, representation
Alright.
at least.
Are they nice islands? Oh god, you're trying to remember which islands. Because there's 5 of them in the Caribbean, and I think 3 of them are still officially part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and 2 of them are like not officially part of it, but still connected to us in some way. Things became more vague, because they wanted independence, but also not that much independence. Because, we probably wrecked their economy, I don't know. They got nice beaches. I think so? Let me... I now have to Google this.
You
Blah,
get
blah,
a sweet
blah.
discount if
Yeah.
you go on holiday there. Well, I don't know, a delicious strawberry man. Do you get a sweet discount when you go to
Aruba-
the beach in your country? Because I don't.
Yeah,
Good point.
The Kingdom of the Netherlands is Netherlands, obviously, Aruba, Curaçao, and Saint Martin. Sint Maarten. The Dutch side, not the French side. I don't know if Saint Martin is part of France still, or whether that's its own thing, but Sint Maarten is still from us. Part of our kingdom. And then there's also it's I believe Saba and another island that's not part of it, but isn't. Yeah. Living in Ireland, you don't have to fly to get to nice beaches. I don't know what the Irish beaches look like.
Beautiful.
It depends on
Possibly.
which one.
Yeah,
I
As
guess it has a lot of beaches considering it's an island.
As is the case with islands, you tend to get a bit of a mishmash of different types of
Yeah.
beaches, different types of rocks.
Yeah. There's a similar thing on both coasts of the United States. There's some areas where it's like, oh, this is a nice beach, and other areas where it's like, this is a cliff face. Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, I've never. Belgian
Hey.
beaches are pretty nice. Yeah. Dutch beaches are also pretty nice, I think.
The Onite beef, really?
What? We have beaches, yeah.
No, there's something else.
Oh. Sorry, I thought that you were confused about the fact that we had beaches.
No,
Oh,
you live below
you
sea
know,
level.
Chibi,
Of course you got
with
bitches.
you being a coastal country, you know.
Listen, I don't know what Chris is thinking.
No one ever knows what Chris is thinking.
Least of all me.
No. It's not like it's one of the Netherlands' most defining features, no. Listen, I don't know. Maybe Chris thought there was just, a wall surrounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just built the dam, which is like a 500-foot concrete wall around the country.
Exactly. To keep the water
I
out.
mean, you never know.
They're hydrophobic in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
They don't do water at all.
Then they put a roof on it, and then Stray happened.
She was gonna drown when the water levels rise. I'll have you know that I won't drown, because I live above sea level.
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
And my, our street and stuff also wasn't part of the people that were having trouble when the water in the rivers was rising this past winter. Rain. But, that's neither here nor there. Again, I wasn't part of them. Our basement was fine.
Now. Also, I'm just looking.
Waterworld.
Huh?
Have you all seen Waterworld? The film?
No.
No.
Oh. Kiro will have. Thank you, Kiro.
Friggin' photorealistic painting up in the corner, buddy.
I know.
So fucking good.
Keeps looking more and more like
It's
the person.
getting better.
I know. How do you paint and it keeps getting better? That never happens.
It's not just that. How do you paint in freaking Aggie?
Yeah.
Magma, Aggie, whatever the hell.
How do you paint? End of question.
Yeah. How do you paint? But also specifically. Lots of layers. 2 layers.
Lots of them, 2 layers.
Yeah, I went to look. Christy has 2 layers. Unless Christy has been combining layers
That's possible.
as she goes. Because I know that is a thing that sometimes happens. Oh, okay. That explains it.
Alright.
Christy has been combining layers.
Fair enough.
What's this little guy?
Ooh. Oh. Oi. Who censored fork?
I wondered how long it would take you to say it.
Hello, mouse.
Yeah, all these little doodles and a classical painting in the corner.
Yeah. I have been put in my place artistically.
No.
And your place is right here with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We doodle.
that you can't fix the proportions, then mucking everything up, it's done. It's good! It's real good.
It looks very amazing. I
Remember, you can export this file to a PSD or whatever you want if you want to keep it for yourself. I always save these after the streams, so if ever you want something from a previous Doodle stream, I've got them all.
I mean, technically, we also still have them all. Well,
Yeah.
all the ones from Magma, at least. Because you can go back to previous drawings more easily with Magma.
Oh, but I've kept all of them since we were doing the wiki stuff. I've been doing it for
Yeah.
years. I've got a collection. Stone's holding a muffin. I don't know
But
why.
also
but
with-
now.
Also, with Magma specifically, though, it's a lot easier to go back to old drawings. So, with all of the ones we've been doing in Magma, it's a lot easier for us to go back and go like, oh, let's get the thing.
Yeah, I thought they said that they would
that's-
disappear after 2 weeks, but they're not. So
Shh, don't tell them.
I didn't say nothing.
But yeah, that's how I got. I went and clipped Chibi's doodle of potential Luska head because it's like, well,
Yeah.
let's see. I'll just take this.
Yeah, there, it's a muffin. Reminds her of Theo. So what's this mouse friend?
it's squeak squeak, bitch.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
it's my character that I would have played in your game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't know.
love it. 10 out of 10. No nuts.
Dark, incorporate them into the siege. They're part of the town now.
No.
They're fine. They are completely stable in every way, shape, and form.
I'm sure.
Also, I
Just
haven't.
as stable as Clover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't said anything out loud, but the second Mal is very cute. And I imagine this is what Mal would do if somebody just said, yell something.
Yelling.
Playing. I imagine MJ's like here laughing. I still like duck-billed frecklepoos.
Freckle push. Did I talk about the Cthulhu thing? I think I talked about the Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Who? What?
The fact that in the original source material, Cthulhu is simply an approximation because the humans cannot pronounce or understand the actual name of Cthulhu. So Cthulhu is just as accurate. Just as canonically accurate as Cthulhu.
Thanks, I hate it.
I didn't come up with this, I just found it on the internet. And I'm like, that's true. I remember reading the story. They did say that. Well, they didn't say Cthulhu, but you know what I mean.
When does MJ's work? The hair work again. I forgot.
I struggle quite a lot with MJ's, so I'm no help. It's very subtle flow.
Drawn too many chibis now. I'm running out of chibi energy.
There's the expression. Firm is watching Dutch cycling race.
What? That doesn't sound. The Dutch don't cycle.
I know. How strange.
Such a weird sport for them to participate in. Kidding, Cheeb. Love you, Cheeb. Don't hurt me, Cheeb.
I'm not gonna hurt you for that.
Cyclists
no, the
will.
cyclists.
Well, they will do it regardless, so I
Yeah.
think you're alright.
So, just realised you changed the. That probably happened like an hour ago. You changed the no to stop, don't come back.
Yeah, I can remember the quote.
I think that was it.
I don't know how Cthulhu's head works. It's none of
That's
my
okay.
business.
It probably doesn't.
Well, neither does Cthulhu, so I think you're alright.
Yeah. Stop. Don't. Come back.
Appropriately, I have putting on the Ritz stuck in my head. So. Been a Gene Wilder mood.
It's a good mood to be in, to be honest.
No! How do you make Cthulhu blush?
It's for, Ragdoll.
Do you still hate it, Ragdoll? Oh, well, like a chippy MJ.
Oh, stop.
I'm assuming that is cat or dog related there.
Speaking of cat or dog,
Yeah, is that Kitty Poot from real life experience?
sorry, were you asking me? I had to let the cat out.
Appropriately.
Sorry. It's always from
Thus
real life
answering the
experience.
questions.
Anyone who's owned pets knows that's real life experience. They
Yeah.
just poop. They don't care. They're naked. They don't care. They're just gonna poot.
They're not naked, they're wearing a fur coat.
Naked. Gremlins.
Oh, that Cthulhu is so cute.
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
No.
I love the full oil painting. Look at the hand.
I know, right?
You seen the hands?
Yeah, I have, and they're good.
Oh, look at that hand. Fuck's sake. Excuse me. Don't get started about hands. Yo, I only drew nubs. You can't come at me today. Nope. Lies.
Truths.
Slanderous lies.
Truths.
Nope. Things I need to
Truths.
practice this year. Actually learn how they work.
When you
Not
say
just
this
weird
year,
feet.
is it like when I say this year and I remember that I said that around November time?
That is none of your
Or is
business.
it in how you said, I'll finish Chaos Chess this year?
I will.
Fight, fight, fight!
I will finish it. I intend to finish it before we meet up.
No
Assuming
room for you to draw.
Unity hasn't exploded in that time. If it has, then it's gonna wait a bit. Anyway, Tuesday morning stream is gonna be Chaos Chess.
For no particular reason.
This year, like sometime during the decade. Exactly.
What is time anyway?
Something Clover can eat, probably.
Yes.
Munch crunch.
Munch Crunch.
I mean,
I
it's an herb, I know that much.
Yeah.
all I can see is
Yes, thank you.
That's all I could see.
Oh, they're besties.
Them siblings, them's cuties.
Yes, Mel has an actual sibling, but also,
As M, you got to
but
really
also
worry about.
Moira is a sibling now. I don't make the rules.
You know when you have you rival that hard, you become siblings.
They're friends for the first 10 seconds of any given meeting, and then it just
Yeah.
collapses.
They still totally give off the if anyone else tried to be them, they'd go
Yeah.
feral.
Yeah.
Real sibling energy.
To be fair, Mal's always been like that with the people he likes. Bully them for fun, and if anyone else does it, so help them.
Yeah. I don't know if Moira is like that in general, but definitely for Mal at least.
For everyone else, she's just a gremlin.
But yeah. Definitely gremlin energy.
That's why you're rewriting it.
Like
'Cause
that
it
friend of yours that
didn't
your
look-
parents
yeah.
treat like their own. Well, in Mal's case, that'd be pretty rude of the parent.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think we want the parents knowing. I don't even know if the parents are...
The parents wouldn't notice. Who's the parent in this situation? Stoic? I don't know. M's gonna get jealous, I know that. But
Oh, I'm just pouting in the corner.
yeah, just imagine like a lot of that going on.
I do
Truly
think
evil.
that Moira would surprisingly get along with Stoic, mostly because it can. Moira probably sees Stoic as someone she can hyperfixate at, like just explain like whatever shit she's thinking of at the moment, and then
Yeah.
just ramble for 3 hours straight, and Stoic hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
Stoic hasn't moved and has listened.
Yeah. That's all she needed.
That's giving me an idea for a comic now. Oh, more ideas.
More things to the pile.
More comic ideas. It's not like you have any other work to do, right?
No.
Afraid of Jaskier? No one's afraid. I didn't want to crowd your drawing.
Yeah, he's great.
He
He
is
looks
space.
amazing.
Anyone else is all draw all over.
Snark. There, and use a little art.
No, wait, no, wait, no.
No. Wait.
Okay.
It's not a heart. Oh.
No.
Well, here I thought you were going to be drawing a little flower petal, but nope, that's a coin.
It's a coin.
What's a coin
chunked
to
at him.
Jaskier?
I know he's not a witcher, but you know.
You could toss a coin to him anyway.
Yeah. It's gonna land in his book.
In some fanfics, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in some fanfics he is, but
Yes, the world of fanfic is open for all sorts of things, including, in at least one case, one where Jaskier is... I have read one fanfic where Jaskier was secretly a dragon.
Oh,
Oh,
Good for him.
him.
nice.
I love that for him. No.
Ah, the infinite possibilities of human creativity.
little love heart on the coin forum. I'll read Jaskier fics. My friend read a lot of Witcher fics.
You think
Yes,
I
good.
read?
I can get recommendations from her if you would. She was in a very big Witcher hyperfixation fanfic hole for a while. Yeah, I'll ask her for you.
And you may be kicking her back in.
It's fine. It's fine. She doesn't mind.
Look, you never really get rid of a hyperfixation. It just goes dormant for a while as another one takes over.
It's like when I was explaining oh my goodness. My brain is just completely shut down. Stranger Things with oh my god, all of their names. Eddie and what's his socks?
Eddie and what's his socks?
Yeah.
Classic duo.
Steve. Yeah, Steve Harrington and Eddie.
Oh yeah.
She was like, I don't know if I like Stranger Things. I couldn't really get into it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, just look it up on fanfiction. I'm telling you, just look it up. And then I got a message like 2 days later saying, I hate you. I'm obsessed. It's all, and it was through reading fanfic that she then watched all of Stranger Things to see what the characters were about. So
Yeah.
it's fine. She doesn't mind. It's fine. It's because their ship is also called Steady, which is the same as Our
Steady
Flag
Ship.
Means Death. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
it confuses me. Yeah, Steed
Both-
and Eddie. Steed and Ed.
Both steady
And
ships.
Steve and Eddie. A steady ship. I mean, they're not, but sure.
If there's one thing I know about Our Flag Means Death is that they have a very calm and understanding relationship.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ed, Ed, and
And the
Eddie.
fan base is not Ed, Ed, and yeah. And the
I'm sure
fan
there's Ed,
base
Ed, and
is
Eddie
not
fix if you
feral.
look for them.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to.
God, the plank smut, my word.
Don't even joke about that. You don't know what's out there. Yeah.
Chris, you have spoken it into existence. I'm sorry.
I'm sure I'm not the first. I do it
like
for comedy.
getting into things, but only through fanfic. it's just such a wonderful experience of just like, I don't want to watch or read this thing, but I will read fanfic about it. Try to piece together what's going on through that. It's a wonderful experience. I really recommend doing it at least once.
I mean, to be fair, I experience most of these things through the bits and pieces that you guys talk about, so...
Oh yeah, like, it's the same experience, only now there's another story that's going on, and you don't know if that's what the world is like or not, because you don't know.
So, like, discovering, oh, Good Omens isn't just a rom-com between these two characters. Okay, there's actually a plot.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, season 2 is basically a rom between
Yeah,
those two
basically.
characters.
That's fair.
With a very stable relationship thrown in
Yes.
on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then heartbreak at the end, which is fine. It's fine and normal. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's going to be fine.
It's
Ugh.
gonna be fine. Just think of the Hamtaro. Curly in a zero.
That was cute.
Peace.
Doing a smooch. It's absolutely fine. It's fine, Kiro. It's fine.
Is that something
It's
Derek
fine.
Jacobi?
Everything is fine. They kissed and everything.
I was wondering where those shadows came from, Chrissy. I was,
Oh,
I had
right.
to like, I pretended to, or not. I tried to erase them, and was like, well, it's not me. So
It happens.
they may be purpley in color, but it wasn't.
It happens in Agma.
It's like that thing when you're trying to erase a dot on the canvas, but it turns out the dot is a speck of something that has landed on the computer screen.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've done it the other way around. I'm like, get that thing off the screen. Oh, I drew it. What?
I don't know.
I don't even know what the first one stands for.
Don't worry, but I don't know either. I wanted to see if I could erase them to make like silly words.
Like blackout poetry.
Yeah.
Toe fork.
Toe orc.
Don't give him ideas. He's going to try and
I
turn a fork
can
into an
use
orc.
that now.
Yeah, look that up on the internet.
No, don't.
Along with plank smut.
Don't look anything plus orc. You will not have to scroll far.
Oh, my color isn't dark enough.
People like monsters.
Or
it's
do,
fine.
but be aware.
It's fine.
Duck-billed puss. There's a creator I follow on Instagram who is a queer non-binary individual who gets the weirdest hate comments that are like strangely they try to be hate comments but actually end up being affirming. It's very funny. But every week they pick one that they give to, I think it's their patrons, to do blackout poetry with, and it's just the best thing ever. What are you doing, Chibi?
I don't know.
Good echo.
You're just vandalizing your own work now.
Yeah. I just realized I can only erase so many. Yeah, there we go. It was like, how far back can I go?
It's yuck build now.
Yuck, Bill. Wacko.
Yeah.
Or Ewecko.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
Oh, yuck.
Thank you. Should
Anyway,
we...
I think we're drawn out.
Yeah, we're
Yippee.
all drawn out. Thanks for noodles. Don't. Oh wait. Not a cat, kind of.
But what if cursed cats smell then?
I could never come up with a good enough punchline for a Stray comic, but that would have had a cat mal in it. So.
That's a shame.
Cat boy mal wife.
Oh my god, yes!
Sorry, I just popped into
Well,
my
now
head.
you have to.
Now you have to draw Mal as Catboy Male Wife.
It's on the shiny list.
In your contract.
Plants would love it.
Anywho, thanks. Thanks for oodles and doodles. Thanks for a painting.
I know.
Classical photorealistic painting.
Thanks for your scare.
Yeah. He's good.
Toss many coins.
All the coins. Toss all the coins to Christy.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's an
Yes.
underhand toss, not an overhand toss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't cricket bowl it.
Yeah, like a casual, flick with your thumb so it like pings into the air.
Toss it like a skipping
Yeah.
stone.
No.
But yeah, that's the Strem. Strem will be back Tuesday morning with Doodles. And Tuesday evening with Cthulhu's. Maybe, possibly. I think Cthulhu's involved somewhere. Basically, we're going to have a lovely stroll on an island that may or may not be owned by the British or Dutch.
And nothing will be locked, maybe.
Nothing will be locked. We'll find out. I think there's voice acting in the game. We'll see. But yeah, chill times. Have a good one. Good night, everybody. Bye.
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 Bye.